See Buddy happy. Oh man, Buddy, that good old dog. Yay! Buddy making friends. Buddy making friends. I know that's Sabala. Sabala?
Yes.
Okay. And what are your dogs' names, bro?
Brooklyn and Harlem.
Brooklyn and
Harlem.
Harlem. Oh man, are you from New York?
I lived there for a while.
Okay. Well, yeah. What borough did you live in?
Harlem.
Harlem?
Yeah.
Okay, you lived in Uptown, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Do they still have that First Fridays in Brooklyn?
I don't actually know. I haven't lived there for like 6 years now.
Oh yeah, it's been a lot longer since I've been there.
Yeah.
They used to have this thing called First Friday, like at the what is it? What's the museum in Brooklyn called? They got a real nice museum.
Yeah.
And they, I mean, you know, just like when they open up all the museum free. I guess it was the first Friday of the month.
Yeah.
Back then.
No, I was like, I think they have it here too.
I bet they do.
I think it's on Thursdays.
Is this your neighborhood?
This neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you been over there to the Fry Art Museum?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's free every day, all the time, man.
Yeah.
That is like the best museum. Yes, buddy, we found some friends, man. This was a good time for us to come outside, man. That's exactly what I wanted for you. Hey, can we throw the ball? Can I throw it? That's all right. You playing keep away, right? Okay, I get it. Buddy likes to play keep away too. Okay, let me have that ball. Nah, y'all, as long as they playing, as long as they having fun, it's all right. Go ahead and sling that shit. It's better when, it seems like it's better when it's more than one dog, you know, playing this game. Because half the time, Buddy won't even pay attention. But if all the dogs are in that direction, it's not even about the ball at that point, right?
I get you.
That's a slimy ball, bro. Thanks for throwing it for the animals, man. Oh, man, it's so nice. I love to see Buddy happy like that. You know, Collective, I'm just getting the message, man. Imagine how much your God likes to see you happy like this, but bro, sis. Imagine how much the Most High laughs every time he sees you laugh. Going out playing, having fun, playing ball with your friends. Buddy, Collective. Collective, man, you gotta look at this beautiful day that the Lord has made for us. You gotta check it out. This is wintertime in Seattle, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's the most beautiful day in the world. Man, this is a good day to rejoice and be glad in it, Collective. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
Okay? Man. And look how well these creatures, these animals, these advanced multi-dimensional beings. Well, Buddy is definitely an advanced multi-dimensional being. They might all be, Buddy! Buddy! That is not advanced, Buddy! No, Buddy! 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 No, Buddy! Buddy! The bad thing is, Buddy, I think she likes it, Buddy. She got her tail all up, a little bit high. Buddy, whose saliva is that, Buddy? Whose saliva is that? You see that spit?
Oh, no.
Buddy, what you been doing, Buddy? What you been doing, Buddy? You got saliva on Sabala's tongue, man. Oh, on her tail. You probably got something on her tongue, too, man. Watch out, buddy. Where's that ball at? Oh, they got the ball. Oh, yeah. That's good. I might have to let her keep that ball, man. She love that ball. They having a good time, man. Is this like one of your favorite dog parks in the city?
Yeah. We don't live too far. So
Yeah.
Are you around here?
I think both of us, we live in that building right there, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my neighbor. What's your name again, fam?
Alan, I live on the 14th
What's
floor.
your name again?
Alan, I live on the 14th
Alan?
floor.
It's nice to meet you, bro. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, you
I'm Marvin. What's your name, friend?
Miles.
Miles. Pleasure to meet you, Miles. Yes. Yeah, I live on the 10th floor. Yeah. You say you live on the 14th. Okay, yeah, man. I know I seen you around the building, man. Buddy! I like the way that Buddy doesn't tend to want to dominate over the other dogs. You know what I'm saying? I would not want to see that. Yeah, and he's getting to the point where, you know what I'm saying, he's not letting other dogs necessarily dominate over him. You know what I'm saying? Which is good too. But the best thing is just about being able to get along and play a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It makes me full of joy, man. Makes me so happy. Yes, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, that's the thing about Buddy. Buddy being one that carries like so many hopes and dreams. Not just mine, it's like the hopes and dreams. But he represents the hopes and dreams of the whole collective. You know what I'm saying, family? That's right, man. And I'm just saying, I mean, you know, just like, it's almost like the way that I love Buddy. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the way that Buddy loves me, you know what I'm saying? And the way that I love Buddy it's kind of like the way that I love God, you know what I'm saying? And the way that God loves me is kind of like even the way that Buddy loves God. If you get my meaning, collective. I mean, because love is love, man. I hadn't really thought this through, man, but I don't have to think this through. I mean, this is like 1 + 1 = 2. You know what I'm saying? It's like love is the thing that brings us together, collective. Love is the thing that makes us collective. You know that love and the truth of love is exactly what makes God, collective. Because without the love and the truth of it, listen, man, then God would not exist, collective. If there was no love, if there was no truth, then there could be no God. And what kind of world would that be? What kind of universe would we be living in? It would not be a universe that's ruled by the atheists or the agnostics. I mean, although they can live in a world full of love and truth as well. But we are not necessarily living in that world. We share in that world together. But what is the thing that makes us collective? It's the love, the hopes and dreams that we share, and the truth of the majesty of these things, of God. That's who we are, collective. Now, you can ask yourself the question, without this love and without this truth, could we even be a collective? It's kind of like the atheists and the agnostics already know. They wouldn't even know that they were part of the collective. We wouldn't even know that we had a collective if we couldn't recognize the majesty of truth and love in our universe today. Personally, I'm talking about even without Buddy, even without humans. I'm saying, and this is what I'm saying. This is what you can believe it or you can doubt it. You could refute it, you can dispute it, or you can, like I said, just agree and join the collective. Hey, buddy, you being too aggressive, man. Buddy, you being a little bit too aggressive, man. You being a little bit too aggressive. You know what I'm saying? She's clearly trying to dig her holes and play hard to get, man. She clearly trying to dig, man. Oh, buddy, you gotta wait for her to come and smell your ass sometime, man. Oh, buddy, man. They used to do the same thing to me when I was in school, man. Little girls, man. Buddy, you don't stand a chance, man. She an older woman, man. Look, she busy digging them holes, man. She busy not paying attention to you, buddy. Buddy, you gotta learn how to dig your own holes. And mind your own business. Buddy, you might find the gold digging in the holes. Not that holes. Buddy's so sweet. He trying to mount this sweet look. Hey, buddy, look. They didn't see it. They weren't even close to looking. Take it easy, fam. Take it easy, friend. Hey, man, hopefully we'll see you next time, man. All right, take it easy. Yes, collector. Oh, man, we got Buddy, the good old dog, spreading love and joy, bringing messages, the hopes and dreams, vitalizing, reinvigorating, giving love, and like I said, hope. Hope is so important to the entire collective. Buddy, that's good. You can stand there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just look strong, man, but don't try to be mounting everybody every time, man. There's a way to do these things. Oh, this is a dog person. You're a dog person, huh?
I like dogs.
Yes, that's good. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Your dogs are happy. They're running happy.
Oh, man. Man, doesn't it just fill you with joy to see your dog happy like that?
Indeed,
Man. Yes, man.
Say hi like that.
Yes.
Hi, you.
Yes, you're a loving person too, man. Yes.
Good job, you guys.
Thank you.
Happy dogs.
Yes.
Good
Have a
job.
good day.
Thanks, y'all too. Baby.
Yes. Buddy! But, yeah, collective, I got a message this morning. I was listening to a minister, and he had like such, man, look, it's not like I was sitting watching the minister. You know, sometimes, collective, when we had our heads screwed on straight, we just search for the word of God, not the reality of God. God is real in our lives all the time. All we have to do is remember it. You know, it's getting more and more rare, but sometimes the cares of the world, the duties, you know what I'm saying? The things that we think that, you know, the things that we want, even our hopes and dreams, they might get in our way of our connection, you know what I'm saying? Of being able to, you know, like receive the messages from our angels and our ancestors. You know, a lot of the times the message of our angels and our ancestors is just a message that wants us to know that they exist. Wants to let us know that we, because of our life and our time that we've been blessed with, granted by God, that we represent their hopes and dreams here on the material, the earth plane, man. You know, the spiritual plane is even more real than this, because as a material being, we can exist on the spiritual plane. But when you look out at beautiful days like this, you know what I'm saying? You see the Seahawks Stadium over there. You got the freaking, what is it? Used to be T-Mobile Field, T-Mobile Park. Now I think it's, used to be Safeco. Anyway, whatever, man. I don't care about that. But it can't distract me. A beautiful day. An auspice of angels. Well, those are seagulls. Those are seagulls. They just have wings like angels. You know what I'm saying? Angelic ancestor spirits or whatever, man. Archangel. What was I talking about? I get distracted so easily by the world sometimes. But I mean, what I was saying is, you know, it's easy for us to get distracted by what's, you know, really real and important in our lives. And knowing that we carry the hopes and dreams of the collective, then it, you know, it almost gives us a responsibility. I mean, I hope it doesn't make you feel like you're being watched, collective. Because you are. I mean, you are. They all see you. You know what I'm saying? and you know it. I mean, they see you in the spirit. I mean, if they're alive, we're talking about angels, ancestors. I mean, well, not angels necessarily. Sometimes angels. Sometimes you might see them. They gonna look like humans when you see them. But if we're talking about ancestors, you know, ancestors is it's more than one thing collective because of the mutability of time. Because time not only runs in one direction, we only have seen it run in a forward direction, but it could just as easily run in a backwards direction. And it's all related to our need to understand it and relate to our lives in relationship with God and the collective. So when I say ancestors, I'm not just talking about the people that exist backwards on the timeline, you know what I'm saying, in olden times, or people that you knew like going back 1 or 2 generations, like your grandma, your uncle, or your passed away friends or cousin. I'm talking about your future descendants as well. What you dealing with, fam? Oh, you video chat?
Tomorrow.
It's gonna snow tomorrow?
That's what it says. 7 days forecast.
What's the percentage?
I'm not sure.
Oh shit. Oh man, that's just gonna be a little dust and snow, man. It's kind of gonna be chilly all day, but it's barely gonna, man, that looked like snow weather too, man. I like to see it. I like to see it. It don't feel like it today, man. It feels good out here. It feels good, man. What is the temperature now? It's like 47?
39.
Oh shit. Damn. Yeah, I'm just feeling good, man. These days, man. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, they go in the forward direction too. You know what I'm saying? You got little spirit babies, you know what I'm saying, waiting to be born. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that they can be, they will be. Hoping that the love between the parents that they chose, you know what I'm saying? Think about it, collective. Do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this type of thing. Don't bring another life into this world irresponsibly. Take responsibility for your life now. Because not only your ancestors that have passed on and probably came back and passed on hundreds of times, thousands of times before they got to you. And we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, if you're the one, and if I'm talking to you, you are the one. It's gonna go forward into the future, man. Generations. You know what I'm saying? Multitude. You know what I'm saying? Got the spirit babies waiting to be born. And they're just hoping that you and your significant other, you and your environment, you know what I'm saying? You and your God can reach an agreement, can figure out a way to get along, can figure out a way to be satisfied and hopeful about life, but satisfied with love. You know? Even some material success. It's not all about material success, but material success on top of spiritual advancement and accomplishment. Good Lord. Wouldn't you like to have that? Wouldn't they like to have that? All of us. Buddy. Okay, buddy. I'll get him. Buddy, you're being over aggressive, man. You do the same thing with me. You gotta leave people alone sometimes, man. No, buddy. No, you obviously pushed it too far. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to not take advantage of people. And if somebody wants to mind their own business, let them mind their own business, man. That's what you gotta do, man. I don't care what you think. That's what you gotta do. That's what you're gonna do. Okay? And then the next time you come back out, you're gonna play on a whole new level. You'll be friends. And you'll have it figured out by then. You know what I'm saying? What you can do and what you can't do, man. But you can't be doing that. You're young, buddy. You real young. You real young. And you don't know. But you learning. You gonna learn. Trust me on that, man. You are gonna learn. Watch. You learning now, ain't you? I'm gonna take Buddy. All right, say bye. That's it. That's it, buddy. All right, take it easy, friend. We'll see you next time, man. All right. Say goodbye. This is Bada. Take it easy, friend. Come on, buddy. Yeah, man. Buddy, you're not going back over there. Not today, man. Collective. Most High had to do the same thing with me, man. You know, sometimes we think we got a friend, you know, and sometimes we do. But you know how women are, man, sometimes. And you know how men are sometimes, man. Most of them aren't used to seeing love and advanced ways of being. The way that Buddies are capable of being, man. Even the way that you're capable of being, Collective. And so they don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? They might want to play some games. Who knows, man? It doesn't matter. But, and that goes right back to what I was talking to when I was looking at the, like I said, I was listening to the minister. It was Joel Osteen. He came up on my feed. I checked him out. You know, there's something that's interesting about Joel Osteen that I noticed. I don't like to talk about people. It's not really about people. But you know, Joel Osteen developed a bit of a poor reputation. At least, I'm not saying in my eyes, but I would hear people talk about him. And every time they would talk about him, they would say, like, you know, like when they had that flood, it was like Joel Osteen's church, they closed the doors, man. They didn't even let the people in. You know what I'm saying? When they had hurricane or whatever. And I thought that was weird. I didn't jump on the bandwagon of trashing the dude, but I didn't really know what to say. I was like, he did that? That's not what I would have expected. Or something along those lines. Because, I mean, you would expect somebody that claims to be a Christian. You would have kind of almost, we've been taught to expect. I'm not saying that we were always taught well, Collective. But we were almost taught, not taught. Because this is something maybe your parents teach stuff, but some parents teach better stuff than others. Or maybe it's just a misconception that this is the way that it should be because it seems nice or kind or whatever. It seems a certain way. But when you heard that story about that hurricane and that flooding and the doors of the church being locked, you know, every other day of the week, every other day of the year, the doors of the church should be open. Open to welcome people into the body of Christ. Open to, you know, bringing the Lord Jesus into your life so that we can, you know, like repent and ultimately, you know, have Jesus on that team. You know what I'm saying? Recommending us to the spirit in the sky. You know what I'm saying? And Jesus is a wonderful advocate, and Jesus loves us, and he's the best one to do that. And so we want to think that he's nice and he's always accepting, and because he loves each of us, that he loves us all. But to be honest with you, Collective, like I said, man, the truth, many times, it's a little bit stranger than fiction, man. You have to test the spirits. You got to have your own experiences before you know. You know, so I might have wanted to judge Joel Osteen, but I didn't have all of the information at that time. I did look it up, and I did realize, yeah, he did lock those doors to that church. I just didn't know whether it was wrong or whether it was right. I know that at that time, especially, and probably even now, if I had that church, I do not have a mega church that is valued and responsible for the lives and, more importantly, the souls and the, you know, the eternal state of millions and probably a billion people. I don't have that type of real estate. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what would be most appropriate regarding honoring that physical brick and mortar church. But I just know that whatever I would have always had, I would probably always open up my door. You know, I see a person that asks for a handout on the street. I don't always take them home with me. I don't always open up the door to my apartment and let them in, even if they're close to my door. You know what I'm saying? Leave it alone, buddy. So I guess that's the answer to the question right now. We judge other people a lot, but we all have to use judgment. God uses judgment. God uses judgment, mercy, love, truth. But you don't think that God uses judgment, you're missing the point. You need to use your own judgment. And that would prevent God from having to use divine and righteous judgment that comes down like a hammer and karma on your head. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that on God. Don't put it on Joel Osteen. You know what I'm saying? And Buddy can't put that on Sabata that he just met. You know what I'm saying? I can't put it on my exes. I can't put it on my mama. You know what I'm saying? My dad died when I was younger than 2 years old, collective. I can't blame my dad for that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take responsibility for our own way. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to somebody else's house if there's a flood. Follow the emergency warnings before the flood. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. My point is this. I didn't know how to judge that man. But today, as soon as I started looking at him again and I started forming that judgment, I decided to watch it anyway. I was like, every time this man talks, he's making a lot of good sense. I don't really know about that situation locally that occurred during the flood. And so I can't really, make too many aspersions or judgments about that without more consideration. And so this morning I thought about it a little bit more, and you just saw it, bud, collective. Even with Buddy. And I tell you all the time, Buddy is full of love. Buddy has too much love. But collective, in the new day, in the new heaven, in the new earth, we're gonna have to temper our love. We are seeing, and we're gonna see more souls writhing, gnashing their teeth in agony. I mean, they made a television show about it. It was called The Walking Dead, right? And look at our president, man. Our president acting like, this dude, whoever elected him, you know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous, man. You got us into this shit. I'm not gonna let my day be hijacked by that. And I wouldn't do it if I was you either, collective. But we can't blame them necessarily. We can't blame anybody that voted wrong. We can't vote anybody that didn't really have a choice in the fucking first place. But the thing is, with leadership like this, who needs enemies, man? We might have Walking Dead sooner than you think. It could have happened on January 6th. Man, we gotta pull together, collective. We can't let this country go to shit. We can't let the nuclear bombs fall. We don't want Judgment Day, Matt. I'm ready for it. Are you ready for it? I doubt it. I've been ready for it for a long time. And maybe that's why it happened for me. Not in a bad way. We gotta use our own judgment, collective. And so the point is, when we see that lake of fire, and we see those soul crying out agony, burning, just burning. You know what I'm saying? Burning can mean more than one thing, man. Don't get burnt, collective. Then, when we see that, we have a heart of mercy. We have a heart of love. And that's the way we look at things, collective. But we got to start looking at things maybe considering starting to look at things in a slightly different way. We got to start, hey, how's it going, bro? We got to start looking at things like we got to protect. Hey, how's it going, family? All right, I'm doing just fine. Yeah, I'm just making a video called Buddy the Good Old Dog, man. Thank you, family. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. So yeah, man. Buddy, let's see how you walk, man. Look at Buddy Collective. Okay, I'm gonna take Buddy going. Buddy, which way you want to go, man? Where you want to go? Oh, I just have to show you later. Buddy goes the way that he wants to go. Buddy is free. Buddy is free, and I completely support it because I love Buddy. Anyway, so what was I talking about? I was saying that collective, Buddy, stop doing that. Don't do that. What I was saying, collective, is, you okay, buddy? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, he's a good boy, buddy. He said you were a nice dog. What is he? I'm just playing. I'm just clowning my dog a little bit. Thank you so much. He's a lovely puppy. Have a good one. Yeah, he's a boy. Yeah. Yeah, man. Look at the way Buddy walks with purpose, collective direction. You know what I'm saying? Power, man. Buddy has a lot of power. A lot of power for the collective, man. A lot of power for the collective, for sure, man. But and that's the thing, man. That's what I was saying before, man. I don't like to see Buddy dominate over anybody because Buddy has the power to do it. And that's the thing about the goodness of God. We don't even have to worry about things like that, collective, because God has all the power. Well, not all the power. God gave you some. God gave you the power of your hands, the power to move your feet. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I got from the message that I was watching this morning, and the download that came to me along with it is that we have to triage our lives, collective. I'm saying right here by the hospital, we got to triage our lives. We can't allow those that would discombobulate. You know what I'm saying? And there are those souls, there are spirits out there that would only use us for a game, collective. They would use us for a game. They would use us for their own game. And we can't allow God's mission in our lives, collective, to be derailed in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? By tricks and snares. You know what I'm saying? And lies. We can't let it happen. We have to guard the mission that God has entrusted us with in our lives. In our very lives, collective. And that's what we're gonna do. You're not going down there, man. I gotta get your poop up, man. Shit, man. Damn. I don't mind, buddy. I don't mind, but I don't have what I need to do it, man. I don't want poop on my hands, buddy. I already got trash on my hands, man. And he goes, oh my gosh, nobody wants to see that, buddy. Nobody wanted to see that. Oh my God, buddy. Hey, listen, collective, let me tell you something I learned. A friend of mine taught me this one time, man, and it was a very valuable lesson, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Buddy will teach you this too. It's hard having friends, man. It's hard having friends, collective. If you doing it right, it's hard having friends. Now, if your friend is doing it right, then they don't make it hard on you. If your friend is doing it right, then it's easy to have friends. It's easier to have friends than not having friends. But more often than not, collective, what you're gonna find is it's real hard having friends, man. Right? And sometimes, and this is what we're getting at, sometimes you gotta let them go. They might be your friend, no matter what they say. But sometimes, with a friend, if they're a friend, then you'll know it. Use your discernment, collective. I know him. My friendship is so good, it's so loyal, and it's so integrated. My friendship is like my character. It hasn't failed me or a friend yet. And it isn't likely to do so in the future. You know what I'm saying? Although it does have limits. I almost failed myself once. But that was a spiritual test, man. Sometimes when the God lets the devil, just like test you so hard, the God isn't testing you because the God is trying to see what you made of. The God knows what you made of. The God knows what you made of better than you can ever know, collective. The God has not forgotten about even your hopes and dreams, collective. God remembers these things even when we forget them. We can forget God. I'm not talking about forgetting to pray. I'm not talking about necessarily forgetting to even meditate. I'm talking about just forgetting God just because the day gets busy. Because something shiny catches our eye. We can forget God, but God does not forget us. I don't know if God can or not forget us, but God will not, has not, and will never, and has never. God has a lot more capacity for goodness and memory than we do, collective. And because we are not agnostic, we are not atheists, and if we are, then we're starting to figure something different out. Because first you got to figure it out, and then God will come and prove to you that you were always right. Or maybe you are mostly wrong, but you are starting to get it right. But I'm thinking that you always knew, collective. I did. If ever we forget, if ever we doubt, that's a good time for the devil to come and test us, man. It's a good time for God to send in the satanic team, the witches that hex you. You know what I'm saying? The Jezebel that discards you and smears you. It's a good time for God to send in these ringers, collective. Because the things that happen here is for the sake of relationship, and it's for the sake of our highest and greatest good. It's for the sake of our edification, collective. For building us up, right? And when you have to build one up with understanding, with higher level truths and knowledge, you start with probably little understanding and little ability to relate to the higher realms and the higher truth. Either that, or maybe we were born with all of the knowledge, and it's something about our childhood, it's something about the indoctrination in this archonic world of the soulless minions of continuous orthodoxy. Maybe it's something that they take away from us, and depending on who we are, they might be able to take more or less of it away. It could even take more than one lifetime to be able to recover, to return to our, you could say God-fearing, but I'm talking about our God-loving selves, collective. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says that perfect love casts out fear. And they say the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. See, two things can be true at the same time that seem like they might be unrelated or contradictory. I'm talking to my friend on the phone. I'm telling him, look at this beautiful day that the Lord has made. I rejoice and I'm so glad in it. Sun shining like that. You know what I'm saying? And they call me a liar. They say, man, this moon magic out tonight. Ain't nothing beautiful about it. It's not going so well over here. It's raining, it's not clear, it's dark. You know what I'm saying? Do I call them a liar? Or do I realize they in a different time zone than me? That maybe I haven't been around long enough. Maybe I haven't been alive long enough to see the world go round for a day. And understand that day turns to night and night becomes the day. Sometimes we need a little bit more experience to even realize that we don't even know everything. And then more experience to realize what we don't know, and a lot more to realize or to begin to fathom the extent of what we don't know. And that's even before we're able to learn a little something. Maybe even anything at all that's worth anything. Right? Collective, you know how it is. I could talk all day. I'm not teaching, I'm just talking, I'm learning. Learning along with you, I'm learning from the truth. I'm learning according to my good intentions. And my level of friendship. Look at Buddy, grinding it. He grinding it. Collective. He knows where he's going, but he has so much power and strength, collective. He's like you. He's like you. Full of hopes and dreams. With good intentions. Let me just finish up this message before I end this video and not ever get around to it. Buddy, we're not going that way. I know you got friends down there, but no. Unless I just forgot about what I was going to say again. So I was talking about hopes and dreams. Oh, yes. That's exactly it. Hopes and dreams of the collective. You know, collective, life can be so disorienting. Life can be disheartening. By the time, our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, are the ones that have their hopes and dreams in us. They see that we need a little bit of adjustment to get back on our highest timeline. Some of us, we can get to a high timeline. I'm not talking about getting high. I'm talking about a high timeline of our life where, we wanted to be a professional basketball player, but we turn out to be a naturopathic physician or something like that. You know what I mean? We thought we wanted to be a naturopathic physician, and we turn out, we drive an Uber or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, in America, these are high timelines, man. Possibly full of love and, joyful days, like today. But when we have our angels, our ancestors, the Most High God, they trying to get us back on track. They send in the ringer, the devils, the demons, the narcissists, the Jezebels, the Leviathan, our teeth start grinding, man, and we start getting frustrated. Our mouths get all twisted up. We start losing our hope, collective, and then when somebody just breaks our heart, man, when we get let go, when we had that last catastrophic malfunction, man, sometimes we just want to give up. We lose our lives, man. We die in the spirit. Because, the thing about hopes and dreams, man, hopes. A person cannot live without hope, collective. A person will not live without hope. Maybe they can live for some time. Even life on this planet is short and it's full of trouble. That's our forecast. But what I'm getting at is, once a person loses hope, and hope is a spiritual thing. If you don't believe in the spirits, if you think that a spiritual reality is a bit of a hocus pocus, then you can't understand hope. Because hope and truth and love, these are the realest things that there are. And these things are entirely spiritual in makeup, in nature, and in reality. And they are very real. And what you're going to find is when a person has lost hope, they will immediately seek death. To the extent that a little bit of hope remains, that's the hardness of the level of drugs that they choose to kill themselves with. To the extent that some hope remains, that's the extent to which their virtue either remains, their character, their good character, either remains or is thrown out the door. Because you will not be able to, and the wages of sin is death. So, when we find that when a person has lost hope, when they have forgotten their dreams, they will immediately seek death. What happened to me one time was I had it's called a stigmata. It started on Good Friday. Man, collective, I'm a God-fearing person. I was on the top of the world. But then, this was my first experience with a hex. I guess there's some witches around. Witches throw hexes. You can believe it or not. I'm going to tell you about it in full. In the book, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no secret to me, and I'm tired of hiding. So this is the truth of my situation. I'm a sensitive person. I'm sensitive. I've always been sensitive. But, so when that hex started, got me, you know what I'm saying, wanting to take my own life. I lost hope that I would be able to recover my good nature. And so I can tell you this much, that when a person loses hope, they immediately seek out death. And they will find it. Because, you know, the only thing that kept me around was, it wasn't necessarily faith in God, but it was hope for God. It was hope that I could be saved. And once that hope, I realized that little sprig of hope, I was saved immediately. I was saved into joy. It's the same type of joy that I have now, but it wasn't a hex this time. This time it was some other kind of witchcraft. It was like Jezebel, demonic, narcissistic stuff. And I had almost got to the point where I was considering that there is little hope for me. And I cried out to God. And when I did, God answered me with joy. And this is a type of joy that's going to abide for a long time because it's based on the truth. And that truth is love, is God, it's eternal, collective. And it means everything. Okay, so this is what I was getting at. I'm going to finish this up. So, I mean, I can't talk all day, but I'm just trying to make really one point. It just takes me this long to do it. Stay with me. Don't laugh. What I'm getting at is, we might forget our own hopes and dreams. We might have had hopes and dreams. I'm talking about the hopes and dreams of the kind that you had when you were like 3 years old and you were playing with Tinker Toys and Lego and what was the other thing that was kind of like Lego, but it was like really cool? Bristle blocks. I don't know, whatever, man. Lincoln Logs. Whatever that you can build and construct with, collective, a coloring book, crayons, whatever, man. You are envisioning, you are manifesting. You're trying to imagine your highest timeline, collective. And for a while, you worked at it. When they finally started giving you a chance to choose what kind of courses that you wanted to take, you know, like what, 7th grade, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They don't let you figure that out. In 7th grade, they put you either they'll track you. They'll put you on a particular track. And if you agree with that tracking, or if your parents, you know what I'm saying, don't know any better, then they'll track you into your future reality. They'll track you into the timeline that they might want you to have. You got to fight for anything else. But the point is, there does come a time when you go to college, you get to choose a major or something. You get to choose what your interests are, what sports teams you're gonna really devote yourself to. What kind of books you like, what kind of music you listen to. What are your activities? And you might even try your hand at your heart's desire, your something that will put you on your highest timeline. It could be different from anybody. Some people, it might be a fashion design. Some people, it might be a wedding planner or a cake baker or something like that. Some people, it might be an astronaut. But maybe you get a B when you didn't have all the tools to study in the most efficient way to get you that A. Maybe it might be an F. Or maybe it could be the other way around, you know, where you got bad grades, you start doing bad. It could be any way. Any way that it happened for you, all the ways. And some people were able to keep those hopes and dreams alive. And some people, they lost their hopes, and they might have even forgotten their dreams. Or deferred them. Or God deferred them. What happens to a dream deferred? It's good that Langston Hughes made that poem like a question. Right? And all he does in that poem is ask questions. Does it wither and drop like a raisin in the sun? Does it grow? Does it shrink? Does it explode? What happens to a collective? What happened to yours? Are you living it? I hope so. But even if you are, then God might still have something intended for you that you didn't understand. But this is what I'm getting at. We might have forgotten our hopes and dreams when we got that bad grade. Once our first 2 or 3 or 5 attempts didn't work out. We could have reached a consensus. We could have decided individually, collectively, it could have come from outside of the collective, that these hopes and dreams are not for you. I can't try again because it would just destroy me. It would kill me spiritually if I failed again. And so, to spare myself, I'm going to accept a more practical consideration now. I mean, these things can happen in a number of ways. But what you should understand, what we have to understand is, man, God has never forgotten you, collective. God has never stopped believing in you or your 3, 5, 11-year-old dreams and aspirations. And based on your relationship with the Most High God, with yourself, maybe even with Buddy, God can make your dreams come true. I'm not saying God will make your dreams come true. What I can say is God is the restorer of souls. And the way that God does that is by engendering, reinvigorating, renewing, restoring your soul. Because your hopes and your dreams, they come from your soul. And these things can be restored. You know, I forgot about my hopes and dreams that I had when I was a kid. I forgot about the hopes and dreams that I was having 10 years ago. And you know, I had a really challenging time where I didn't really think that anybody really cared too much about me. I was probably right. But God did. And I knew I was right about that. And God definitely restored my life because I was dying, collective. When you don't have any hope, or when you lose your hope, when you can't regard your dreams as realistic anymore, a person will immediately seek to death. As a matter of fact, to the extent that they have lost that hope and forgotten their dreams for the future, that is the extent to which they are already dead. Buddy, sit down. Don't do that. They're already dead. I would never say that about you, collective. You are already dead. I believe. I have hopes for you. This is life. Right? And there is hope. So, what was I saying? God will restore your hopes and dreams. He did mine. I never knew that I could do things a different way. I mean, I've always been a scientist. I've been passionate about it, but oh my God. By the grace of God, with the help of my angels and my ancestors, man, I'm gonna make my own dreams come true, collective. But in order for us to do that sometimes, man, we gotta protect our church. We can't let just anybody run through our vessel, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a flood outside or not. You know what I'm saying? Why did you come here? You know what I'm saying? I mean, doors will be open for you on Sunday. Bring your tithe and your offerings. Because this is a community thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, collective, I hope you see the point that I'm making. There is one thing I wanted to share with you before I let you go. I'm finished with a lot of the sharing, but I did want to share joy, 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 joy for Selassie, Mount Sinai, joy, joy, joy. The prodigal returns, 'cause he was lost and he was found now. And the angels played the record, sing. Happy collective, singing Selassie song. And it gives us joy. Yes, collective. Pure joy. Righteousness. Hope. Buddy. Love you, buddy. You're a good old dog. Love you, collective. You're a good collective. God bless you. Respect. Peace. More time. See? Ha ha.